How was dinner, everybody? And desserts. Those look fabulous. So, actually, about a year ago, I think it was just shortly after last year's Triple B, I realized that I had two parents who spent a lot of time together watching their daughters ride, and I thought, wow, it would be really great if these two tag teamed together to talk at the Triple B. So I asked them a long time ago, and then it was sort of quiet for a while, and then I was like, Danielle and Peg, remember? We talked about this. So Peg Mitchele and Danielle Skillin are our guest speakers tonight. They are parents of two RTTers, Hannah and Natalie, or Natalie and Hannah, I should say, based on how I said their names. So Danielle is Natalie's mom and Peg is Hannah's mom. Hannah started as a 10-year-old back in 2017 and has ridden so many horses during her time at RTT, I can't remember them all, but I'm pretty sure Hannah could reel them all off. That's a sort of impact that our horses have on our clients. And Natalie began riding in 2021, and her first horse, I think, was either Luke or Babe. We'll see in the pictures tonight. They've ridden together in a group lesson and during summer camps, and in addition to their connection and friendship through horses, both Peg and Danielle have shared their parenting experiences during their daughter's lessons. So I'm not going to say anything more. I'm going to let them do the talking. And so I'm going to welcome Danielle and Peg up to the stage. Come on, ladies.
Thank you, Sarah. Good evening. As Sarah said, my name is Danielle and this is Peg, and we have the honor of sharing with you our daughters' experiences that they have had as part of the team here at Riding to the Top. Thank you all for being here tonight. We hope you have fun, connect, dance, make a few bids, and show your support for this wonderful organization. This year's Triple B theme is Team RTT, and all the ways that that plays out here at the farm. By definition, team is a group of people who perform independent tasks toward accomplishing a common mission or specific objective. Sarah had asked us to speak tonight because our daughters have been participating in riding lessons for the past few years with their horses, instructors, volunteers as part of a team. They've formed a wonderful, cohesive bond, working together and supporting one another. I'm the mom of three wonderful children. Sadie, my youngest daughter, is 12, Connor, my son, is 16, and Natalie, my oldest, is a senior in high school and turning 18 next week. Natalie has autism. She's wonderfully creative. She likes predictable routines, loves music, theater, and of course, horses. When Natalie was young, she struggled with emotional regulation, social interactions, and anxiety. Making connections with peers, trying new things, participating in group activities were all a challenge to her. We were introduced to Riding to the Top about 4 years ago when looking for a non-traditional therapy that provided both physical and social emotional benefits. Natalie's doctor recommended equine therapy, which helps with various mental, physical, and psychological challenges. We signed Natalie up for an evaluation and knew immediately that this was the place for her to thrive. The instructors were patient and kind and provided unwavering support to give a nervous and anxious child the courage to take on a new challenge. As a child that thrives on routine and structure, Natalie was hesitant to try something new and unknown. The size of the horse alone created a natural opportunity to overcome fear and develop confidence, and it did just that. Natalie's willingness to try new things, her growth in her self-confidence, making connections with others, the instructors, volunteers, and peers, emotional regulation have all improved immensely. I remember Natalie's first lesson. Her instructor, which was most likely Kate, walked her over to the stairs to mount her horse. It was most likely Babe. She asked Natalie if she was ready. Natalie didn't answer, she just froze. Kate told her to take a deep breath and give Babe a pat on the neck. She said, "Natalie, I know you can do this." Natalie rubbed Babe's neck, and within 60 seconds, she was off riding. Teammates support one another, and we have felt that support and encouragement throughout our time here. The connections Natalie has made with instructors, volunteers, horses, too many to name, and the peers she rides with are beyond belief. Natalie will talk about the horses at home as if she raised them. She will shed a tear when she learns of one of the veterans' horses passing away. She will also talk about her riding peers and who their favorite horse is and why. She knows the ins and outs of their personality, even the ones she doesn't ride. Natalie and our whole family have truly felt part of the team here at Riding to the Top. About a year ago, Natalie's instructor, Lisa, introduced the concept of drill team riding. If you're not familiar with equestrian drill team riding, it's a group of horses and riders performing choreographed maneuvers to music. They did a modified version of that. It's been such a joy to watch these girls, their horses, volunteers, work together in formation. They're in tune with their horses' quirks, behaviors, and pace, and have learned to anticipate and react as necessary to ride safely in the arena as a team. This is where the importance of working together to accomplish a common mission comes to play. I am so grateful for the growth Natalie has made here and the experiences she has had at the farm with all of the horses, every peer she's ridden with, every staff and volunteer. I'm going to close with a quote. "Giving is not about making a donation, it's about making a difference. Riding to the Top has truly made a difference in Natalie's life and my whole family." Thank you, and I'll turn it over to Kate.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Danielle, for starting off and sharing some of Natalie's experience and her journey here at Riding to the Top. A huge thank you to all of you for being here. This is just so amazing. It's so cool to see the arena in a different way than our kids riding. Your support does mean the world to both my family and all of the rest of the riders here at Riding to the Top. My name's Peg Mitchell, and my husband Jason is here as well, and we are the lucky parents to Hannah. She's the youngest of our three girls. Her two older sisters, Sydney and Ellie, are both in college, and Hannah is a senior as well as Natalie this year at South Portland High School. Our family has all had the chance to drive her back and forth, but it has been well worth it over the 8 years we've been riding here. Her sisters, though, it's really cool how they are just so envious and proud of their baby sister who can get on a horse and just take off like they ride a bike. Hannah started here so tiny with her glasses on lots of medications, having several seizures each week. Hannah has epilepsy, but we've been blessed, she's been seizure-free since 2019. Today she lives with, thank you. She'll love to hear that. Today she lives with residual effects of all the seizures and medications and has been diagnosed with an intellectual disability. Finding RTT has just been such a blessing to our whole entire family, but definitely the best thing in the world for Hannah and for me. Hannah struggled with sports, learning, and especially friendships with her peers. And as her peers started to pass her, it was really challenging. Luckily, Hannah didn't care, but when she learned to ride a horse, she had finally found her thing. She was so proud she could ride a horse, and she made friends with all the kids in each lesson, each year and session that changed for her. And she truly knew they were all her best friends because they loved horses too. Hannah has always been proud to tell everyone that she rides at Riding to the Top Therapeutic Riding Center. It was such a mouthful for her when she was little, but she'd say the whole thing out loud, and she still does to this day. She would probably roll her eyes at me abbreviating and saying RTT this evening in my speech. She's definitely a teenager now, and especially rolls her eyes when I try and name the horses, because I'm usually wrong, and I get the color wrong as well. Yes, Hannah loves more than anything that she knows horses more than I do. She knows their names, their breeds, what they can and can't eat, about their routine, and who gets along with who and why. No wonder she glows when she talks about this special place, because everyone has taught her so much over the years. I looked through about 9,000 pictures when I put this PowerPoint together, and wow, has she changed. I am blessed to say that RTT has been a big part of Hannah's growth in so many ways. She's always felt connected and safe here, and she truly considers everyone here her family. Earlier today, I had to FaceTime her to her bedroom and ask her a list of her instructors and the order. She rolled her eyes and went through the list, and at the end she said, "And now Lisa." Oh, I love Lisa, with a huge smile on her face. She's participated in summer camps for many years, and as she got older, she was asked to be a junior volunteer and junior counselor. She was just so proud. This past summer, she volunteered all 4 weeks of camp to help Marissa. I think I can see you. And she refused to take a day off because of her commitment, even when I just wanted to go to the beach. Hannah is a kid that just can't have a job yet, but when people ask her, she perks right up and says, "Not yet, someday I'll have a job. But right now, I volunteer at Riding to the Top Therapeutic Riding Center." COVID was so difficult for all of us. And boy, oh boy, did Hannah miss this place. It was so challenging. The horses, the staff, the volunteers. But they had drive-thrus. It was amazing. We came for the drive-through visits, and Hannah loved that at one point a horse had his head in our car as he was eating out of a bowl. And yes, I did ask Hannah, is that called a bowl? And she said, yes, you can say bowl. Having the drive-thrus were just wonderful because we had something to look forward to during COVID, and we even decorated our car. When we returned to lessons, we all wore masks, and the RTT staff and volunteers were rock stars, keeping us all safe, and, once again, RTT was there for my child. Wow, this place is fun. Creative lessons, lots of wonderful volunteers, so many volunteers, thank you all for your patience and your kindness over the years. And Nick, I have to thank you too for your patience with my daughter, because I know she can be bossy. And most importantly, thank you for letting Hannah volunteer here too. She thinks it's the coolest thing. We started our journey here with Marissa. Hannah would sometimes tell me that she's her mom at RTT. And then when she realized how young Marissa was, she now tells me that she's like a sister, especially during summer camp. And yes, Sarah, you're her RTT mom. And then after Marissa, we had Kate. Hannah looks forward to seeing Kate every single week to get a hug and a check-in about how high school is. And then we had Kristen, and we had Sydney, and sometimes, as Hannah calls her, the big cheese Sarah. Sarah would fill in, and Hannah would be so nervous and she's like, Mom, I gotta be really serious, and I have to listen to everything she says. And of course, now we have Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for all that you do. No one really likes change, and yes, Hannah struggles with change, but here she has had to learn to be flexible and accept change, because sometimes an instructor's sick or a horse needs a break. There's just so many true life lessons here. It also takes an extra special horse to be at RTT. That's because everyone here really is so special too. It's so exciting when a new one arrives, but yet incredibly sad when we see one go. Another huge life lesson that the kids learn here. I didn't look forward to it, but Hannah took it in stride and with grace because of her support of her family here at RTT. They all have been excited together and happy, and then for one another, they're there to be sad together. So what an amazing journey it has been. Thank you to this place for all the laughter, the memories, the people. Hannah was very concerned she wouldn't be able to ride past 18, but now we know that there's a hope that she can stay, and she'll be here forever. I'm grateful to share our story with you and for my time I get to spend with Danielle. It's amazing the viewing room has lots of wonderful therapy each and every week. But thank you all, most importantly, for being here today and supporting Riding to the Top therapeutic riding, to say it one more time, because it takes a village, they say, and it truly does. Thank you, everyone.